Stephen Shields Radio Show.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Stephen Shields Radio Show tonight. It's Sunday night as I'm recording this episode, and I hope you're well. And what's been happening during the week with politics, of course. Bonnie Blue, the content creator from OnlyFans as well, has been stirring up some things in the media with, what do they call it, rage bait or whatever. And I don't know, she was faking a pregnancy as well, which I think at times Bonnie Blue, I think she's taken things too far as well. And there's been some interviews actually with Bonnie Blue about was she exploiting young men for her own financial profit on OnlyFans as well. You can definitely check more of it out. You can read about it on the news, of course, because obviously, well, didn't she sleep with like 1,057 men in one day? I don't know. Rage bait to me is just. Would you say this whole rage bait stuff's worse than clickbait? Because in order to, get views and media attention, is this another way of getting attention from the media and a marketing strategy? Now, I certainly do feel concerned because if young men are being exploited, I think didn't she get deported from Australia and Fiji for trying to do adult content in a hotel room? So that, can be quite concerning if stuff like that is happening. Well, it does concern me. But that's what's been going on in the OnlyFans industry as well. These tariffs that Donald Trump has announced, is this going to create a trade war? Obviously, these tariffs are to do with imported goods coming into the United States of America. So I think it's like steel and stuff, construction. The idea of the tariff was to put a tax on it, so it would help the U.S. economy, because I think there was free trade with America. I read an article today in the Daily Telegraph about saying is Donald Trump just doing whatever the hell he wants. That I don't know. But obviously mental health is just become a problem. Way too much of a problem these days as well. So, yeah, look, footy's about to start next week. That should be great. New season of footy. And, we'll have to wait and see how this year's season's going to be. Obviously, the NRL's cracking down on diving because players are trying to just get penalties for no reason. Obviously, when the Bankstown nurses decided to go on an anti-Semitic rant, I was quite pissed off last week's on one of the episodes where I was quite upset because healthcare does affect me. And does this hurt the reputation of Bankstown Hospital since this happened? Now, there's Macquarie University has a safe room for Jewish students because in case of anti-Semitic attacks. That has happened. People are protesting Palestine in campuses as well. So that's going on. And look, I'm getting sick and tired of all this stuff. Honestly, it's just becoming really, it's just getting starting to get frustrated with it. Religious hate because of people's religious views, spirituality, beliefs, and people's lives being put in danger. Where is the world going? Where is the world going? Industrial action problems as well. That's happened with Transport Sydney trains. I think they've been put on hold. So I don't know what's going on with the unions as well. Yeah, also too, there's a chart. I think there's going to be a mining facility at the Coal Smeaton Grange site as well. So there's some stuff being built around the local area as well, around Smeaton Grange. And yeah. So they're looking to, it's going to be delivered in 3 stages, of course. But yeah, a lot of Western Sydney is getting built up, especially with the airport that's being built in Western Sydney, Badgerys Creek. So hopefully Western Sydney does have more public transport as well. It was a music festival, apparently. I don't know. Had noise complaints because it was too loud. I mean, it's a music festival, of course. It's going to be very loud. Okay. Yeah. Also, too, there was an article that about long haul flights and how do you sleep on a long haul flight? I mean, very, very difficult to be sleeping on long haul plane flights as well. And I think this week, as from what I read, Virgin Australia is looking at allowing pets on the plane. So that should be interesting to see. Pets on the plane as well. Yeah, it was a US Navy jet that crashed too. That happens as well. That happened quite recently. It's quite sad to see that happen as well. And yeah, obviously the way the world's going, it's I don't know. After the whole Sam Kerr trial that happened, the police officer took offense to it, and yeah, not good. Not good what's happening. I don't know, Lydia Thorpe always having her tantrums in Parliament over I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of hearing about all this stuff going on with Moore Park Golf Course, that they want to build apartments, and then talking about cutting the golf course just to 9 holes. Okay. Obviously, people want to play golf. Just doesn't make sense that they want to halve the course into 9 holes. Okay. So they want to save the 18-hole golf course, which makes sense. I'm just getting sick and tired of all this stuff that's happening. Okay. Already in Western Sydney years ago, there used to be a golf course called Camden Valley that got demolished. They all built houses around there. Local area, we used to have and then there was Camden Lakeside. I think they halved the golf course, built houses. People just want to go and play golf, which makes sense. Okay. You know what happened lately? Apple is apparently going to launch a hardcore porn app as well. So how is this going? It's called Hot Tub. The I don't know, the old store pal, whatever it is. But yeah, that's technology as well for you. Really is technology. And speaking of technology, you look at self-driving taxis. Now, how is this going to work, these self-driving taxis? And how is the government going to regulate self-driving taxis too? That's what I'd like to know. Self-driving taxis, how is that going to work? You guys know who AC/DC is? 70s rock band as well. They wrote songs like Highway to Hell, You Shook Me All Night Long. Still being played today. Yeah, it's one of the best bands of all times. I don't know, I just get sick and tired of people criticizing the music industry as well. Saying that these musicians are devil worshippers and all that stuff, which is all bullshit. You know, Angus and Malcolm Young obviously came up with the name. And yeah, that's it's just amazing how bands can come up with a name and then they get worldwide success. Again, quote, one user suggested people thought AC/DC stood for, quote, anti-Christian devil children, but then revealed the actual origins are much more innocent, quote, Daily Telegraph. I'm sick and tired of all this saying that they're anti-Christian. There's a lot of bullshit out there, guys. Okay. There's a lot of bullshit. And don't believe everything you read in the media, of course, because there's a lot of crap out there too. Around Bali, tourist resorts, there's a rise in dengue fever that's been happening, that's going on. Yeah, it's obviously mosquitoes and that can spread a lot of these fevers. So all you can do is just take precautions against mosquito bites to prevent dengue fever. You guys remember Alzheimer's? There's a Xanaman looking to help. I don't know, are they going to find a cure for Alzheimer's disease? It's basically a one-a-day pill that that's going to help people with Alzheimer's. But here's the thing, I do want to talk about a lot of mental health. Obviously, you have dementia as well, and how we can prevent dementia and stuff like that. Is there going to be a cure in the future for depression, anxiety, autism, and other things too out there? Will medical get to the point where, we can find a cure for autism, formerly known as Asperger's? Yeah, that would be wonderful if the medical could come up with that stuff, because it would be amazing to see how much medical science has changed. Okay. And what can be done in the future? The show, do you guys remember the show Neighbours? I think that's been axed. That was going on, God, some 40-something years that was going on. And you have shows like The Simpsons too, that have been going on 36 years. It's incredible how long, especially The Simpsons, how they were able to, how do I say, predict the future, predict what was going to happen, and how they got it right. That's incredible. That is really incredible that The Simpsons were able to do stuff like that. It's just amazing. And I sort of got a bit emotional last week about The Simpsons and how far they've come with their animators, how much animation has changed. I can remember as a kid going to watch the Simpsons movie. I remember when that came out. And at the time, the cinemas were just so packed when the Simpsons movie. And it's just amazing. I mean, I haven't watched the Simpsons in quite a long time, actually. I remember watching The Simpsons when I was a kid. Okay. And it's just amazing to see that they're still going. I remember the first 10 seasons of The Simpsons I felt were a bit dull. But now, yeah, I thought the later seasons they started to be more funny as well. And actually, the animators actually had a style guide for how to animate the characters in a proper way, and it was just interesting the secrets behind The Simpsons and what they've done too. So it's incredible how long the show's gone on for. Wow, I am impressed. I'm impressed. You guys should also check out Maven Huffman's YouTube channel. Because I do like wrestling. I was a fan of wrestling growing up as a kid. And it's interesting, Maven Huffman was a mid-card guy. Okay. And you look at it now, Whedon here, I think he got fired in 2005. Okay. But it was because he didn't work on his in-ring, he didn't work on his craft, but he's got so much knowledge of the business, and then his YouTube channel's really taken off. And that's fantastic. Okay. I sort of get emotional a bit about the memories that I had growing up with entertainment. Okay. And, such knowledge that he has, I probably don't even remember watching Maven wrestle. He could have actually, in my opinion, he could have been a main eventer if he worked on his craft. But he's got such amazing knowledge of the wrestling business. His channel's grown so much. He eliminated the Undertaker at WrestleMania. Okay. And that's what he did. Now, he wrestled people like Chris Benoit. He's been around Eddie Guerrero. He knows. And I wanted to talk Chris Benoit. You see, the WWE for years tried to eradicate Chris Benoit's name. And this is where I wanted to talk about mental health and what was happening there. I think there was MRI scans done on his brain, and he had the brain of a dementia patient at not even an old age because of too many hits to the head. Whether WWE tried their best to cover it up because of brain injury, CTE, possibly. That's quite possible. Um, yeah, and when Eddie Guerrero died too, that was a shock for everyone. These men and women in the wrestling business go and put their lives and career on the line to entertain us. And when people start making comments that wrestling is fake, you need to wake up and understand the pain that these men and women go through. I've got a lot of respect for them. Getting slammed on a mat 5 to 6 nights a week. The travel schedule is bloody hectic. They're doing 300 shows a year, so they're never home. Probably there are days that they don't have time to eat because they're busy catching flights, running around at the airport, trying to get hotels and accommodation. Yeah, it's just I do feel the wrestling industry need to talk more about Chris Benoit. Yes, what he did was very bad and devastating and sad, and I can understand why the WWE don't want him in the Hall of Fame. Fair enough. But when you look back on some of these old matches, going back over 30 years ago, and you watch that era, you get emotional about it. You sort of look back and you think, wow, those were memories that we're not going to see again. Not this generation, because now it's a different era, different show as well. All Elite Wrestling is having low ticket sales too, which I don't understand why that's happened with Tony Khan. AEW, when it started, it looked really good. What has happened? If anyone can answer that, put it in the chat, because something's happening here. Okay. Now, I don't know, because the company's still new. They're going through a downside because, of course, when any wrestling company starts, they're going to lose money. I think it's usually they're going to run at a loss for 10 years before they make it back, make their profit back. You guys got to understand that when the promoter, Tony Khan, Triple H, put on an event and cost them money to rent out the arena and all that, and they've got to make a profit. And if there's low attendance, well, they're losing money. If they're not filling seats, then they lose money. So I hope AEW will pick up sales. I'd love to go watch an AEW event. I know that All Elite Wrestling are bringing in ex-WWE wrestlers. Adam Copeland's seemingly doing very well in AEW. There's something happened with CM Punk as well. He left on bad terms. I used to be a CM Punk fan, but yeah, not really anymore. Um, yeah, I think since Tony Khan bought out Ring of Honor, did that stuff things up a bit? Because again, trying to expand too quick or buy out other organizations. I get it. Vince McMahon was doing that for years, buying out the small promotion. But AEW is still a new company. I hope that they can start picking up again. Maybe they're just going through a downtime economic as well, or it's a lot of things. That's the problem with the wrestling business. There is a lot of risk that owners take, even in indie promotions as well. But here's a question for you guys listening. Why is All Elite Wrestling losing popularity? What's caused this? Is it a small? Are they looking at targeting smaller markets like TNA started, like the smaller events? Are they looking at appealing to the lower, sort of like TNA, the smaller arenas as well? Or ECW, they used to pack out smaller venues. Yeah, I get it when you look at WWE, they're a bigger company. They've been around way longer. They've gone through their trials and errors. They've tried things that haven't worked. Things have worked. They have a better marketing strategy. Okay. But is it yeah. Is it going to survive long term? So we'll wait and see. Okay. But yeah, it can be very concerning of low viewers and low numbers. That's happening. Guys, if you are listening, you like the show, please subscribe to the Stephen Shields radio show. Turn on your notifications as well, because it really does help the show grow. I do have to do research in what I'm going to talk about here as well. And yeah, if you can share any of your favorite episodes on social media, that would be wonderful to help it grow. Leave any comments in the comments section, and feel free to build a community here. You can listen to the live audio on Rumble. I've updated some products on Pond 5 and Motion Elements, so check it out, because if you need any stock music, royalty-free music, then they're available too. Have a good night, a good morning to you. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to the podcast today. I hope you have always enjoyed the discussions that we have, and leave any comments in the comments section. If you've listened to the live audio on Rumble, you can leave comments on Spotify, YouTube. Please subscribe as well and turn on notifications so you get new episodes every Friday at 6 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. And new products that are available on Motion Elements and Pond 5. So I thought to finish off this episode, I'm going to play you a track that I composed called Death Valley.